Good day, everyone. I'm Darren here, and welcome to our session. It's great to have you here. In this session, I'm pleased to share with you the answers to the top 3 commonly asked questions by SMEs about ESG. Now, the first question that we commonly receive, what is ESG? Now, what is ESG that we commonly hear about? ESG is an acronym for Environmental, Social and Governance. ESG is actually a framework that helps organizations to manage their risks and opportunities related to environmental, social, and governance criteria. Many organizations, stakeholders, example, customers, contractors, suppliers, employees, are now increasingly aware or interested on how sustainable an organization operations are. Now, do you think your business is too small to justify making sustainability a priority? The market is telling you that it is time to think again. Now, some world statistics indicated that 67% of SMEs have ESG initiatives in place. More than 3 out of 4 SMEs have formal purpose statement related to ESG. Nearly 1 out of 5 SMEs are using ESG standards. And lastly, 76% of customers or consumers says that they will stop buying from companies that treat the environment, employees, or the community in which they operate in poorly. Sustainability is now a top priority for every business, regardless of size or scope. Now, this is due to growing public concern about the consequences of climate change and the exploitation of natural resources, as well as human rights and inequity issues. Stakeholders like customers, suppliers, employees, regulators, investors, and the public are now looking for more information about organizations' ESG performance. ESG shouldn't be regarded as simply an obligation. It can actually lead to new business opportunities and bigger profit margins. SMEs that embrace ESG can look forward to the following benefits. Now, benefit number 1, competitive advantage. Having an ESG program in place helps boost brand recognition and promotes brand loyalty. Today, consumers and clients are increasingly aware of ethical spending and care more about what a company does to support sustainability. Cost reduction. Number 2, cost reduction. By implementing an ESG program, SMEs can track key metrics like energy consumption, water consumption, waste management costs, raw material usage. This tracking ability enables companies to plan programs to improve efficiency, which leads to reduced costs associated with energy and water usage or waste management. Benefit number 3, more attractive to banks and investors. Attracting the attention of investors or banks is one of the biggest advantages of having an ESG program. The growing public concern connected to climate change and sustainability is causing investors and banks to look more closely at sustainable companies to encourage this movement. Benefit number 4, supply chain prospects. Many companies now are looking for supply chain partners that embrace sustainability efforts. For example, many retail stores are now looking only to stock products made by companies considered to have good ESG performance. And lastly, benefit number 5, attraction and retention of talents. Now, today, many job seekers are looking for more than just a paycheck. They want to enjoy their jobs. They want to feel appreciated. They want to make a positive impact. Working for a company with strong ESG goals appear to be on the top factor for employees' job satisfaction. So having ESG measures and policy in place not only help attract new customers and top talents, it will also enhance profits and reputation while decreasing its carbon footprint. The business also become better able to handle the increasing regulatory requirements anticipated in the years ahead. as now the public, the employees, the stakeholders demand ESG improvements and transparency. In short, it's a win-win, okay, for any company to embrace ESG measures and to get ahead of your competitors. Top commonly asked question number 2 that we receive: what are the ESG criteria? What are the ESG criteria? There are a growing number of ESG reporting frameworks and rating agencies, okay, all of which have evolved to improve transparency and consistency of ESG information that companies are reporting. Okay, for example, Global Reporting Initiative or GRI, founded in the US. We have Bursa Malaysia Sustainability Reporting Guideline, and some of you may have customers that may be requesting for you to comply with certain requirements, for example, SEDAX, BSCI, RBA, etc. Now, let's take a look at some of the common criteria addressed in most of these standards or frameworks, those that are relevant to SMEs. Criteria number 1, okay, environmental. Environmental criteria refer to an organization's environmental impact and environmental risk created by the business activities or the operations that will have actual or potential negative impacts on the air, on land, water, ecosystems, and human health. And how can the organizations manage these risks? For environment, criteria that would be commonly looked at would be waste generation, specifically scheduled waste, or what we known as toxic waste. The standard will look at how you manage waste and whether it leads to pollution to the environment or not. Pollution can be air pollution, water pollution, or land pollution. And do you have a plan to reduce or eliminate these pollutions? Number 3, commonly the common environmental criteria: greenhouse gas emission and climate change. How much greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, like carbon monoxide, okay, do you generate? And how much can you reduce? Number 4, they'll look at the energy consumption or energy usage. Consumption of non-renewable energy shall be optimized and closely monitored by establishing baseline values, and trends shall be observed within an appropriate time frame. There should be a plan to assess the usage of non-renewable energy, including fuel like petrol or diesel, electricity and energy efficiency in operations over the base period. Number 5, common criteria: compliance to Malaysia environmental legal requirements. Example would be Environmental Quality Act, the Environmental Quality Clean Air Regulation, the Environmental Quality Industrial Effluent Regulation, or the Environmental Quality Schedule Waste Regulation. So these would be the common environmental criteria that most standards would address.